Hello, this is my very first live, and I just wanted to get on and see what this or how it works. So, I am going to go through a sketchbook and I may work on something that I started here. You can see some little bits of paper that I've cut out and a little watercolor floral that I created a while back and made a what I call a sticker out of it. And I'm going to put this in my sketchbook. And also, this is mainly to show me how to use this technology. So I've got a document camera, I've got some lighting that is glaring that I'm not happy with, but this is exactly why I'm doing this. I wanted to see how it looks and how I want to do this going forward. So there'll be more of these, and I think I'm going to be a little more obviously planning or methodical about this. And so I will keep people posted on when I'm planning to do this. But for now, this is just, I'm going to play around. Maybe somebody will join, maybe not. I don't know. I am sort of unattached to the outcome of this or any sort of, if anybody's going to come in, I have no idea. And like I said, I'm unattached, so just playing around here. So if you are watching in the replay, because obviously you are, there is no one here right now in the chat. This is going to be so much fun though when this does get going because I can see a chat. I hope people can hear me. We'll see how the audio works. I'm not using a microphone other than what's on the document camera here, but maybe I will have to plug in to a mic eventually. We'll see. But all right, so here we go. I am going to open up to where I'm currently working and finish up what I started. But this, actually, I'm going to turn it upside down because earlier today I had a little Zoom session with an art friend of mine, artistic friend, and we did a drawing together. And so what I decided to do was this Van Gogh sunflowers painting. And the way we did this was we turned the original drawing upside down. So this is right side up in my sketchbook, but the painting was upside down that I was referencing. And so what that does is it will sort of help you turn off that part of your brain that is critical to what you're doing. And it allows you to see shapes and lines and color values, all kinds of things differently. And it helps you to draw better, I guess, paint better. And it's a practice that is something I teach my interior design students to do, and so that they can sort of be able to express their design ideas to potential clients or their teacher client in class. Anyway, this was what I ended up with. There it is, right side up. And I decided to use more color than Van Gogh did in his original painting. But anyway, that was that exercise from just this morning, a few hours ago. And then this here is another piece I started with this color aid paper. I think that's what it's called. Not really sure. This was some paper that I had to get in college. I went to college for interior design, and it's a Bachelor of Fine Arts. And the first couple of years, you're taking art classes and design classes, just general art and design. And so in one of the design classes I had to take, they required us to buy this very expensive art paper, and I'm pretty sure it's called color aid paper. I'm not sure. If I figure it out, I'll put it in the comments eventually. But it's kind of got a really weird smell. It's probably toxic. I don't know. But I haven't touched this since college, and so I've decided to get it out, cut out some fun little shapes, and using the color palette that I had for this piece here, I decided to make a little arrangement up here on top of this. So also been playing with washi tape a lot lately. And I just put a little washi tape background here. And this is just all for play. Like, I'm not trying to create any great work of art. What I am trying to do is, number one, play with color value. That's something that's been a theme for me lately. I've just created a YouTube short. You can go back and look where I separated all of my my watercolor paints by, or I tried to arrange them by color value from light to dark. And I'm going to do a video on that pretty soon. I've got one coming up where I've explored color value also. So it's sort of a theme. So that's something I'm playing with right now, is color value. And I just took the colors that are in here and pulled some of the papers from my collection from back in the day. And now I've got some more pieces cut out here. So this sort of, I think this was attempting to be a hydrangea. And I cut out some little leaves, and arrange them here to remember what I did. And then I've got these little sort of blobby shapes that I was going to play with here. And I'm just going to glue them down and have another little entry into my art journal here pretty soon. I don't know if I'm going to do all this while we are chatting, because again, the intent of this video is to learn how to do YouTube Live, see what it's like, what I need. I think my camera's good. I don't know, you guys leave me comments and let me know if you see something that I could do better. This is a learning experience right now. And I want to create some more content on this channel that's sort of a keep me company style content, where I'm just going to play and create and bring you along for the ride. Anyway, I have no idea how I'm going to glue these pieces down here in just a minute, but I wanted to make a little, maybe you get the gist, an idea of a little floral up here. Maybe eventually I'll do some line art in some pen on top of this too. A lot of times what I do in my sketchbook, I don't know if you do this in yours, is I start things and then I either run out of time, lose interest, stop because I'm not happy with it, and then I come back later and add something to it, and then I like it a lot better. So that may end up being what I do here. I am going to glue this piece down here in a minute, but I wanted to show you an example of something that I did where I started it and then I come back to it later. I think it is this one. So this here, I did grid it off with just lines and pencil and started these little doodles for practice of florals. And then I had this blank space here. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, and decided for my favorite book. What's it called? Something about genius. It has to do with creativity and sparks of genius or something like that, where you abstract something, or just playing sort of helps spark creativity. And these are some of the thinking tools of the most creative people that this author, oh, there it is, Sparks of Genius by Robert and Michelle Root Bernstein. That's one of my favorite books of all time and highly recommend it. But anyway, I decided to fill in the space with these thinking tools as a reminder. Sometimes I'll flip through my sketchbook and remember some things. And so the other thing that I did was I came back in with this washi tape. This is from a Van Gogh collection in Amazon. So if you search Van Gogh washi tape, you'll find what I purchased here. It's a box of many different types of washi tape. Here's another little set of the colors that come in the kit that I just bought. But this here is a basket weave of the washi tapes, just playing with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it there. Let me see if there's something else I'll share with you. The bluebonnet I did in March. Sometimes in my sketchbook I collect things and I'll come back later to draw it on the other side. And so this is a peacock feather that my daughter, I stole from her. She's had this for a long time and I guess she forgot about it, but I decided to put it in my sketchbook as inspiration for later. Do something with that. Or I collect magazine images. This is from a interior design magazine I cut out because I want to practice sketching little room scenes, so I can teach my students how to do that as well. It's another one of those. And this is that Van Gogh washi tape. I just sort of pulled them all out to see what they look like on the paper. This is not all of them. These are some of the favorites of mine that I pulled out. And then this was a little bit of a fail. I bought these markers from Ross because I didn't have any alcohol markers and I wanted to see if I would like them to buy some better ones or get more colors or maybe a nicer set. But they had this King Art brand there and it was a floral palette, so I was like, oh, it's speaking my language. And it was only $5. So I decided to get it, and here I was swatching them out, testing them out, not realizing that it was going to bleed through to the other side on this little painting that I did of a howling coyote. But my next time I come back to this, I'm going to get some white papers and do a little collage moon here, and then fix my purple sky background somehow similarly. Or a friend of mine suggested maybe using gouache paint or acrylic paint to go over it. Maybe I will, but I don't want it to bleed through on this side. So anyway, just some ideas, some inspiration. I don't know if any of this is helpful to you or not. Maybe it is. I do have a video coming soon on the process of creating this. This was inspired from another YouTube artist who does, I believe she works in acrylics, and she does very large scale paintings. And so I played one of her videos of her painting this almost exact pattern here. I did change it up a little bit. I added, my own sort of flair. And I used these Caran d'Ache crayons, I guess you call them, but they're water-based crayons. And I didn't wet them or anything. So this is just the crayon as it is. And I just, colored them like that. Anyway, I have a video coming soon on the process for this. But the reason I did this was, as I mentioned earlier, I'm studying color value. And this artist here who did the original, she has seemingly a really great eye for this, for the colors. So, value is the lights and the darks of, going from light to dark. Well, it's easy to me to think about this in terms of one single color or, grays or blacks, whatever. But when you think about it in terms of the color, the hue itself, like which hues, if you squint your eyes, which ones stand out as darker or lighter than the others, it's actually really tricky. And the red, I would have thought, was a little bit more of a darker hue or a darker value. And it turns out it's kind of in the medium range. So this was very eye-opening for me doing this, and actually could make it even better. I think I probably have too many darks and too many lights and not enough in the medium range, but it's just practice. So that's what this channel is going to be about. It's just playing around, learning, discovering, some more keep me company content, I really like that idea because I use YouTube all the time for stuff like that. I watch other artists work on their, their paintings, their whatever, their sketchbooks, and I've got it playing in the background while I'm cooking or while I'm also drawing and painting. So hopefully this will give you some inspiration as well, and you might maybe follow along with me. I hope you join. If you do, please, I would love a like and a subscribe as I try to grow here. Really appreciate that. If you feel like a generous person today, please do like and subscribe. And I guess I will just keep going with what I started here. So I'm going to finish putting this together, piecing this together until the end. If I see somebody come on, I'll say hey. Otherwise, I think I'm going to bow out and catch you guys another time. So here we go. I really hope this audio is working good because I'm using the overhead camera for the audio. Let's see, that one definitely went with this one, but how did I get it? Yeah. And I just have this really strong. It is fast too, strong and fast. It works really well. I'm going to get nice and sticky. There you go. I don't think I like that shape. Yeah, I think that's how I did it. Something like that. There you go, another tip I made up. Turn over the big piece that you're going to glue down and use it to help guide your glue. This guy. Yeah, he's going to go there. I don't know how I like messing with these tiny pieces. I don't know if I'll do this again, but it's been interesting. It's got some movement. I like it. Okay, so will be ish there. And what I'm trying to do is sort of frame this area here before I glue all those down. I think I'm going to wait to glue that down until I get these little pieces done. I'm kind of almost over these little guys. Not that I have the patience for this, but we'll see. All right, we're going to mass glue, batch these suckers. Now be sure to leave me a comment on what you think, if you know something I could do to make this process a little easier and maybe make me want to do it again. I think I like painting better than this sort of piecing these tiny little pieces. If I do this again, they'll be bigger pieces. I've been watching some people do art journaling, and I really love the idea of adding collage to my sketchbook and making it sort of almost poetic or inspirational, like an inspirational quote or whatever, or just documenting, something that you're doing that day or whatever. I kind of like the idea of that, and I bought this book here recently, Art Journal Freedom, and that's kind of what gave me the idea. Although this is mixed media as well. I will be doing some more of this sort of thing, but now that I'm going back looking through it, these pieces are not tiny. I think I just got kind of carried away. There's a lot of stencil work, painting, pen, marker, watercolor, acrylic, like there's a little bit of everything, but I absolutely love this style of journaling. So I'll be playing a little bit more. Again, that's Art Journal Freedom by Dina Wakely. Fabulous little book. Highly recommend. All right, back to these little blobs. All right, I need some more pink. If I squint my eyes, the pink is pretty bright. Kind of a medium, I guess, and those purple's definitely a darker value. I don't think I got enough glue on that. Let's see that. Let's create some movement with the color. I don't think I have enough purple, dark purple. Let's just do that. Yeah, this glue does dry fast. So let's see, I got this sort of periwinkle color over here. So I don't forget what I have. Pink. Pink. Let's get off. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely seeing me love this in real time because I don't think I'm a fan of this. Okay, so I got all my darkest ones on, I think. Which one's lighter? I think this one's lighter, so I'm going to put this sort of medium-ish color on next. know why she takes losing its stick. Okay. I think I'm going to put this back over here. All I did for this was just made squiggles. Maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll just keep filling in the space, filling with these little blobs. I don't know what else to do with this. I'm over it. Not feeling this very much. So there. I think I've decided that is how that's going to go down. It's actually helpful to have a camera so I can see it in a different perspective. Pretty good. Maybe one more pink at the tippy top. Why not? I think I'm just going to add one or two more to be done. And what this has reminded me of is from the book that I mentioned, Sparks of Genius, where they talk about the creative tools that we can use to enhance our thinking. One of them is abstracting. And so essentially what I did was I took this floral practice in watercolor that I did. This was actually from a bigger piece where I did a bunch of different ones. These were the only two that I really thought were worth saving. So I just cut it out as a sort of sticker for my sketchbook here. And the idea I had for this page was to abstract these using papers. So that's what I did here. I created, instead of these type of flowers, I did almost a leaf shape along in the elongated leaf, sort of abstracting this. And then this little hydrangea ended up being blobs of color here. So that was the idea, the practice, and whether or not this is a fail, it's not to me, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's not to me because I'm learning. I'm learning, number one, that I do not like these little pieces. No, this is not for me. But it's interesting. I could just keep going with this and keep going with this. Whereas with paint, I would, it would just be easier to match what I'm trying to do in my head. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Do I want that there or do I want that there? I think I like it there better. Yeah. I need to fill in that hole. So one more, and then I'm done. What color do I want? I think I want maybe the darker one. Yeah, and again, maybe I'll come back later and put some line work on top of this with my Sparkle Pop pens, which I love a lot, or a Sharpie or something to that effect some other time later. But I think I'm going to call this done. I'm going to glue this thing down now and call this page completed at the moment. For the day, anyway. And another thing I like to do is I like to date it, and I'm going to pen. So today is Cinco de Mayo. Also, this was May 2024. That was from the morning. So I know when I did this work. All right. I was going to do something else. Now I forgot. Oh, I think I was just going to see if I could change cameras, because that was another thing. I wanted to be able to go back and forth from camera to camera, and it doesn't look like I have that ability to do that. I can share my screen. I can mute myself. I don't know what those little dots are for. I guess that's showing that. Okay. Forgive me as I am talking to myself, trying to figure out YouTube Live. I guess I can't change my camera. I was going to say hello to you. I just can't say hello. Oh, and I'm upside down. There we go. All right, so from the kitty room, soon to be my art room studio, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you staying to the end, and hopefully we'll do this again, and there'll be some people in the chat. Adios.